Om Yogis, welcome to this practice with Kamala, the Lotus Goddess. Just take a moment to sit in a comfortable seat and connect with your breath. Kamala, like the lotus, is rooted in the material world, whilst having a simultaneous state of refinement and such beauty that she transcends all material things. She is one of the forms of the goddess Lakshmi, and as such is a bestower of spiritual gifts, depicted with 2 elephants, sometimes 4, that are said to pour jars of nectar over Kamala as she gives assurances to her devotees, and a sideways glance that suggests a knowing of the boon of what comes with patience, kindness and devotion. Kamala is often depicted holding lotus flowers, seated in lotus position within a giant lotus. And for this reason, we will do a series of asanas that take us towards and possibly into lotus pose today. So take a moment to visualize the lotus, expanding as you breathe in, gently contracting as you breathe out. And then visualize the lotus, the crown of your head, expand as you breathe into it, breathing up. And as you breathe out all the way to the base of your spine. Visualize the bud at the base of your spine that expands as you breathe out and down. Breathing in, that bud closes, and as you reach the crown of the head, the lotus on the crown of the head opens. So we're breathing down and out to a lotus bud at the base of the spine that opens at the end of the exhalation. And up and in to a lotus bud at the crown of the head. It expands as you inhale, opening your crown. Just take a few more breaths with this now. Then when you're ready, release the lotus flower, and let's come to stand at the top of the mat. Coming into half salutations, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold on in. Let's inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, rise to stand. And exhale, release the arms. Traditional salutations now. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, fold on in. Bringing your left leg back, let's inhale into a lunge position. Open the lotus as you inhale. And exhale back to plank. Inhale in plank, open the lotus, open the lungs. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra, open the lotus, open the lungs. And exhale back to downward facing dog. We bring the left leg through. Inhale, offer the heart, open the lungs, open the lotus. And then exhale to the top of your mat. Let's inhale to a halfway rise. And exhale, fold on in. Open the lotus as you inhale, rise up. And exhale, rest the arms. Inhale now, reaching the arms high. Open the lotus, and as you exhale, fold on in. Your right leg is coming back. Low lunge as you inhale, offer your heart. Open your lungs. Exhale, come back to plank. Inhale in plank. And exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. The right leg is stepping through as you inhale, offer your heart. Open the lotus. And as you exhale, step to the top of your mat. Let's inhale to a halfway rise. And exhale, fold on in. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, rest here. Surya Namaskar A now. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, fold on in. Let's inhale, halfway rise. And exhale back to plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold and breathe here. It is said that Kamala has a beautiful golden complexion. She is depicted as being bathed by 4 large elephants who pour jars of nectar over her beautiful face and head. In downward facing dog now, you might like to imagine golden nectar pouring over your body, moving down through your limbs and into the earth. In her 4 hands, Kamala holds 2 lotuses and makes the signs of granting boons and giving assurances. Visualize a lotus under each of your hands and feet. Feel the assurance of your hands and feet against the ground. Picture Kamala wearing a resplendent crown and a silken dress. As you release the top of your head towards your mat and breathe through your whole body. We give salutations to Kamala, who is seated on a lotus in a lotus posture. When you're ready, lovelies, let's inhale, come to the top of the mat. And exhale, fold on in. Inhale, rise on up to stand. And exhale, relax here. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold on in. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale to plank to the floor now through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your left foot is stepping as your right heel grounds. Come on up, warrior one, on a deep inhale. Offer your heart, open the lotus. And a long exhale takes you back to the mat through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra, open your lungs, offer your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. The right foot is stepping now, the left heel grounds. Come into warrior one. Inhale here, open the lotus. A long exhale takes you back through chaturanga, knees, chest, chin to the mat. As you inhale, come into cobra. And as you exhale, back to downward facing dog. Hold and breathe here. May Kamala, the goddess of the lotus, protect us with her wonderful side glances that delight the heart. Picture her seated upon a lotus with a smiling face, her four hands holding two lotuses, making the signs of giving favors and granting assurances. Her complexion is like the brightness of lightning. Her breasts are firm and heavy and decorated with garlands of pearls. Let's inhale, come to the top of the mat. And exhale, fold on in. Inhale, rise to stand. And exhale, rest here. Inhale, reach the arms now lovely, open the lotus. Exhale, fold through. Bring your left leg back for low lunge. Inhale here, hold and breathe. Breathe deeply into the sensations in your body. Your hands can be to the mat, to your leg, above your head, whatever it is you're feeling today. Kamala is resplendent like the rising sun. She wears a bright moon disk upon her brow. She is adorned with a crown and a necklace of jewels. She is bent down due to the weight of her large breasts. And in her hands she holds two lotuses and two bunches of rice shoots sometimes. She has 3 lotus-like eyes and a smiling face. She teaches, we cannot force a flower to open. Just give it water, sunlight, love and patience, and trust that beauty will unfold if you let it. Let's come back to plank position when you're ready. And as you exhale down to the mat in whatever way works. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your left foot is stepping now for low lunge on the second side. Hold and breathe here. Breathe deep into the sensations in your body, remembering the teachings of Kamala. We cannot force a flower to open. Just give it water, sunlight, love and patience. Trust beauty will unfold if you let it. No forcing. Try and allow the pose to open gently to you, even if it means taking the brave decision to do a little less. Coming back to plank when you're ready, lovelies. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, come to the mat in whatever way works. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. When you're ready, let's step the right foot forward, low lunge here. And from that low lunge position, we're going to twist the body towards the front knee, catching your foot with your opposite hand. And turning this pose into a quad stretch, so focus on a quad stretch here. Go lightly with it. We cannot force a flower to open, but give it water, sunlight, love and patience. And we can trust the beauty will unfold if you let it. No forcing. Allow the pose to open gently to you, even if it means taking the brave decision to do a little less. Beautiful. When you're ready, meet me in plank. Inhale here. Exhale down to the mat. Inhale, open the lotus, come into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your left foot is stepping now, coming into that low lunge. Perhaps taking that into that twisted position. Catching your foot with your opposite hand. Hold and breathe. Picture the smiling Kamala protecting us with her wonderful side glances that delight and open the heart. With every inhale here, open the lotus. Allow the pose to unfold to you. Trust the beauty will unfold if you let it. Then when you're ready, meet me in plank. Take an inhale here. Exhale all the way down to the mat. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Your right foot is stepping forward. As we come into lizard pose here. So a very low, long lunge. Coming to your forearms if possible. But as low and deep as is possible for you, even if you're still on your arms. No, Kamala is giving assurances to us now, and a sideways glance that suggests a knowing of the boon that comes with patience, kindness, and devotion. Quite often, yoga is not a thing that we do, but something that does us. We strive and strive for shapes and postures, and then one day they just happen, if we are brave enough to get out of the way. Gorgeous. When you're ready, lovelies, let's come out of that, meet in downward facing dog. Walk the dog, stretch it all out. And then when you're ready, your left foot is stepping forward, coming into that long, low lizard lunge to your forearms if possible. Hold and breathe. Kamala is often depicted holding lotus flowers, seated in a lotus position within a giant lotus. For this reason, we practice asanas that are taking us towards lotus pose, a pose that demands a very high level of flexibility in the hips. So allow your hips to open as much as possible. Get right out of the way of your hips. And know that Kamala is protecting you with a wonderful side glance that can delight the heart and soften even the stiffest of hips. Super beautiful. When you're ready, meet me in downward facing dog. Stretch it all out. Walk the dog if you want to. When you're ready, let's step to the top of the mat. Take an inhale here, halfway rise. And exhale, fold on in. Let's inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, fold all the way through. Inhale back to the halfway rise. Exhale back to plank through chaturanga, knees, chest, chin to the mat. Inhale cobra. Exhale downward facing dog. Your left foot is stepping forward now for pigeon pose. Kamala's golden complexion is like the brightness of lightning. In pigeon pose, feel the sensations as the brightness of Kamala. Her breasts are said to be very firm and very heavy, and she is bent over due to the weight of her bosom. So allow your chest to be heavy here, lovelies. In her hand, she holds 2 lotuses decorated with garlands of pearls. And you can picture this too if you like. You can turn your palms upwards. As you breathe here, allow your hips to open. Beautiful. When you're ready, lovelies, let's come out of that. Meet me in downward facing dog. Lifting your left leg up, three-legged dog here. Back to downward facing dog when you're ready. Bringing your right foot forward, pigeon pose on the other side. Feel the sensations in the body as the brightness of Kamala. Allow the chest to be heavy, like Kamala's bosoms. 2 lotuses in your hands, decorated with garlands of pearls. Move out of the way so your hips can open and blossom. Beautiful. When you're ready, let's come back, downward facing dog. Your right foot is lifting, three-legged dog. Back to downward facing dog. Your left foot is stepping, come back into pigeon. And from your pigeon pose, let's catch the back foot with your opposite hand. So we're coming into the same similar quad stretch as before. No forcing. Try to allow the pose to open gently to you, even if it means taking the brave decision to do a little less. When you find the pose, hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. Let's inhale here. Exhale, release that. Meet me in downward facing dog. Stretch it all out. Come forward to plank when you're ready. And on your next exhale, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga to the ground. Inhale, open the lotus, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. The right foot is stepping. Come back to pigeon on the other side. Take your time, working towards catching the back foot with your opposite hand. Allow the pose to open to you. Find the shape. Hold and breathe. Let's inhale here. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Shift forward to plank. Exhale, coming down to the mat. Inhale, open the lotus cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend both knees, look to the top of the mat. Coming forward when you're ready. Inhale halfway. And then hook your toes for a standing forward fold, checking that your feet are underneath your hips. Hold and breathe here. If you've got any issues with your back, bend your knees. Kamala is resplendent, like the rising sun. She wears a bright moon disk upon her brow. She is adorned with a crown and a necklace of jewels. So let your head heavy, lovelies. Hold and breathe. When you're ready, lovelies, release your toes, bring your hands to your hips, micro bend your knees, heavy your tailbone, and as you inhale, rise up. Now keep some blocks close by to the floor in front of you. You can even keep them in your hands if you like. We're going to come into a standing fire log pose now. So to come into this, let's bend the right leg and bring your left flexed ankle. So flex your foot, bring your left ankle to the top of your right knee. And then bring both hands to the floor or to blocks to make the floor come closer to you. Standing fire log with your hands to the floor. Keep that flexion in the foot to protect the knee. Try to drop your knee towards the floor. Feel the stretch in your hips. Picture Kamala for some strength here, a bestower of spiritual gifts. Elephants are said to pour jars of nectar over her as she gives her assurances to her devotees, and a sideways glance that suggests a knowing of the boon that comes with patience, kindness and devotion. So lovelies, be kind here. Be brave enough to do less. Be kind enough to stay with what is. Or if you feel space enough, pour yourself into the pose, like that nectar that is pouring over the goddess. Breathe deep. You're almost there. Let's inhale here, lovelies. And as you exhale, try to come up, retain the shape with your legs if possible. Then release your legs, wiggle out your hips, shake out your ankles, shake out your knees, and get yourself set up for the other side. So we're flexing the right foot, I think. Keeping a micro bend in the left leg for balance. Coming into that standing fire log, it's a lot easier when you find the floor with your hands, so you're not having to balance as well as do the stretch. Use blocks to bring the floor closer to you if you need to. Hold and breathe. Pour yourself into the pose, like nectar pouring over the goddess. Let's inhale here, lovelies. Exhale here. On your next inhale, slowly come up to vertical reality, all the way up. Retaining the legs if you can, releasing the legs as you come up. Shake it out as necessary. Our next pose will be a half lotus tree. You can do regular tree if if your knee is nowhere near half lotus. But if you want, the option of the half lotus is there. If you're taking the half lotus, close your knee as you pick up your foot and wait for your hips to guide you further into the pose. You cannot force a flower open. And if you force your knee, you can do lasting damage. And if you want to, from here, you can always fold the lotus. You can bind the lotus and fold through. I used to be able to do this. I don't know if it happens often for me now, but we can see if the opening is there. If it is not, don't force it. Just hold and breathe. Then inhale here, exhale here, preparing to come up. If you're down, inhale, up you come, and exhale, release the pose. Lovely. Coming in on the other side now, so just swapping sides, doing the same pose, whatever it was for you on the first side, doing it on the second side. The lotus is rooted in the material world, whilst having a simultaneous state of refinement and such beauty that transcends all material things. So listen to your body and transcend any felt limitations with a beautiful attitude. Be peaceful in your practice. Shanti, peace. Let's inhale here. Exhale here, prepare to come out. And as you inhale, come on up. And as you exhale, come out. Beautiful. Let's inhale, rise the arms. Exhale, fold through. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, planked chaturanga all the way down to the ground. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we're going to step the left foot forward to about 3/4 of the way up your mat. Ground down through your right back heel. Stand on up. Take your arms wide and pivot your opposite hand to the front foot. Coming all the way down to the floor, bend your knee if you need to, so your hand can come flat to the floor. This brings us into reverse triangle. We slide the hips so the front hip pulls back and the back hip pulls forward. This levels the pose so we can twist a little deeper, taking the free arm directly up. Hold and breathe. With each breath in, open the lotus. With each breath out, relax the pose. Get out of your own way. Let's inhale here. Exhale, coming back to plank. Take an inhale in plank. Exhale, chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. We're stepping the right foot forward 3/4 of the way up your mat. Ground your back heel down. Stand up with the arms wide. Pivot the opposite hand to the front foot, bending the knee if you need to. The hand is flat to the floor. Take reverse triangle. Slide your hips so your front hip pulls back and your back hip pulls forward. Level the pose so you can twist deeper, taking your free arm directly skyward. Kamala is resplendent like the rising sun, so let the prana flow as such. Feel the light inside of you move with the shape. Kamala wears a bright moon disk on her brow, and you can shine your forehead either up towards the ceiling or down towards the earth. She is adorned with a crown that stretches your crown away from your hips. She wears a necklace of jewels, so spin your chest proudly outwards and upwards, mirroring the goddess Kamala. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, come back to plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your left leg steps forward and we walk the hands to the long edge of the mat for a wide-legged fold. Let your arms be in whatever position affords you comfort. Breathe deep here. Trust that the beauty will unfold if you let it. Strong legs are your foundation, so your entire spine can pour out of the base of your legs like the nectar that pours upon Kamala, the Lotus goddess. Allow the nectar, the prana, to pour through your arms and your legs into the earth. Breathe deep. Each breath in is like the opening of the lotus. And each breath out, we get out of our own way to allow for the unfoldment. So inhale here, and as you exhale, heel toe your feet a little closer together. So your toes face outwards, your heels face in. Coming down to Malasana when you're ready, yogic squat. Malasana can bring us all the way to the floor. Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees go wide. Kamala has 3 lotus-like eyes and a smiling face. She teaches we cannot force a flower to open. Give it water, sunlight and love and patience, and trust that beauty will unfold if you let it. Let's take a few deep, beautiful breaths here. Allow for the unfoldment. Gorgeous. Then from here, let's come forward and meet in plank position. Exhale your way to the mat when you're ready. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your left knee down to the ground and bring your right knee in behind your left, so your knees are snuggled together and your legs are crossed behind you. Heel toe your feet as wide as you can so the feet are splayed outwards, and sit to a block, or if the opening is there, you can sit to the floor if the knees say yes. Gomukhasana. If this is too much on your knees, just come into a kneeling position, or you could even come into cross-legged if that's better for your body. Now take your left arm out to the side, circle it back behind you, and snuggle the fingers up between the shoulder blades. Your right arm comes up and over, meeting in a clasp behind your back, or you can hold a strap and let your hands climb up the strap towards one another here. Feel the sensation in your body as golden light, the golden light of Kamala, the Lotus Goddess. That feeds the flower that you are. Wait for the unfoldment, no rush. Give a steady supply of breath and loving thoughts to your body, loving encouragement. Gorgeous. And when you're ready, we're going to unravel yourself from that pose. Come into downward facing dog just to counter stretch everything. Stretch into your limbs. Feel the nectar pouring through your body, through your arms and your legs. And then bring your, I think it's your right knee is coming down. And you're snuggling your left knee in behind so your legs are crossed the other way, but you'll know it better than I do. Sitting to a block, a blanket, or to the floor. Just make sure your knees say yes. No forcing on the knees. If it's too much, kneeling position or cross-legged would do it. Now we're going to switch the arms, so we're going to take the right arm out to the side, circle it back behind you, snuggle it between the shoulder blades, and then the other arm meets in a clasp, or you can meet holding a strap, walking your hands as close together as possible. Hold and breathe. If you want to sing along, this pose is the perfect pose to sing along in. But Kamala, the Lotus Goddess, is a bestower of spiritual gifts. Elephants are said to pour jars of nectar over her as she gives her assurances to her devotees, with a sideways glance that suggests a knowing of the boon that comes with patience, kindness, and devotion. So, lovelies, be kind here. Be brave enough to do less, or be kind enough to stay and be with yourself. Or if you feel that space is available, pour yourself even more so into the pose, like nectar pouring over the goddess. Beautiful. When you're ready, lovelies, just inhale here. Exhale, gently unravel. Downward facing dog is our counter pose here. Stretch out the arms and the legs. Allow the nectar to pour through your body, out of your limbs and into the earth. Shifting forward to plank when you're ready. Inhale here. Exhale to the mat. Inhale, cobra, open the lotus. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's come to the top of your mat. When you get there, inhale, open the lotus, halfway rise. Exhale, fold on in. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming to the top of your mat now, let's sit down at the top of the mat. We're going to come into fire log pose. So for this, we're just going to, let's start by bringing your left ankle to your right knee, lining up your shins as best as you can. You might want to put a blanket in between them to help you access the pose a little bit easier. No forcing, lovelies. If this is too much, you can always do cross-leg position. Just hold and breathe. The lotus is rooted in the material world, whilst having a simultaneous state of refinement and such beauty that transcends all material things. So listen to your body, lovelies, and transcend any felt limitations with a beautiful attitude. Refine your energy with the shape that you make alongside the attitude that you have whilst making the shape. No forcing. We're allowing the pose to unfold, knowing one day the lotus will blossom. Let's inhale here. Exhale, gently come on out of that and just swap sides. Same pose, second side. And just picture what the lotus is symbolic of. Symbolic of having its roots on the earth, but having a transcendent kind of beauty that rises out of the earth. So the goddess of the lotus is both here and beyond here, present to the physical, but also transcending it at the same time. Allow the pose and focus on your hips. There shouldn't be any pain in the knees ever. Let the hips open here. Support yourself as is necessary. As you breathe in, open the lotus. Open the lungs, and as you breathe out, get out of your own way. Beautiful. When you're ready, lovelies, let's inhale here. Exhale, meet me in plank position. Take as much time as you need to get there. When you get there, take an inhale in plank. Exhale, lowering to the mat, chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming to the top of the mat when you're ready, your left leg is extending and your right knee is bending for Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana, which is a half lotus bound fold. So let's run through it. Your left leg is extended. We close the knee as we bring the right leg to lotus position, bringing the heel of the foot in towards the abdomen. If this is not happening in your body, bring it just into like a tree shape, like Janushirasana, and work here. Whatever shape you're making with the legs, you've got the option just to sit with that shape. Or you've got the option to fold forwards, if there is space in the body to do so. Maybe on a really flexible day, a day that I might have had 10 years ago but rarely have now, you can bind the pose. Find your expression of the shape. Hold and breathe. Transcend the material with a beautiful attitude. Transcend any felt limitations with a beautiful aptitude. Know that you are in a process of unfoldment. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And breathe. Let's inhale here. Exhale, gently come out of that. Meet in plank position. And take a deep inhale in plank. Exhaling your way to the mat in whatever way works. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming to the top of your mat, your right leg is extending now. Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. Same pose, second side, in plain English. Transcend any felt limitations with a beautiful attitude. Listen to your knees. Allow your hips to open. Kamala gives assurances to her devotees and a sideways glance that suggests a knowing of the boon that comes with patience, kindness, and devotion. There is no need to force. Hold and breathe. We do not do yoga, rather yoga does us. So let the pose do you. Let the pose work its magic. Beautiful. Then when you're ready, we meet in plank position. Taking a big inhale in plank and exhale to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming to the front of your mat to sit down. You can take Padmasana now, lotus pose, if that is available for your body. You might want to take half lotus, so you're just in Sukhasana with one leg in lotus. Or you might prefer to just stay in Sukhasana, cross-leg position. Find your own expression of the pose today, whatever comes to you without forcing. Whatever Kamala, the Lotus Goddess, brings to you today, be grateful. Turn your palms upwards as if you're holding two beautiful lotus flowers adorned with pearls and beautiful jewels. Feel the energy of the lotus. No matter what your shape, bring yourself into the energy of the lotus. Like Kamala, it is rooted in the material world, whilst having a simultaneous state of refinement and such beauty that transcends material things. Listen to your body transcend any felt limitations with a beautiful attitude. No forcing, only allowing the pose to unfold. Knowing one day your lotus will blossom. Accepting yourself fully in your place of unfoldment with a blossoming kindness, a blossoming patience, and perhaps a sideways smiling glance. As you breathe in, there is a bud at the top of your head that opens into a lotus flower. And as you breathe out, there is a bud at the base of your spine that opens as your breath reaches it. Breathing in, the bottom lotus closes as the top lotus opens at the top of your head. Breathing out, top lotus closes, bottom lotus opens. Come into this lotus breath now. Releasing that breath when you're ready. Let's change the cross of your legs. So Padmasana on the other side, Sukhasana on the other side. Let's come into Shitali Pranayama, curling your tongue, breathing in through the straw of your tongue. If you can't curl your tongue, breathe in through your teeth or through your pursed lips. So we breathe in, closing the mouth, breathe out through the nostrils. So we breathe in through the mouth and out through the nostrils. Cooling breath here. And if you can imagine that lotus breath again, opening the buds as you breathe into the top of your head through your mouth and to the base of your spine through your nose. Releasing the breath when you're ready. Unraveling your legs. Maybe even sort of shaking out your hips, shaking out your ankles. Making sure you'll be warm enough for the next 10 minutes. Coming into Shavasana. Lying on the floor with your arms and legs away from your body. Visualize the golden light of Kamala, the Lotus Goddess, pouring down upon you now. Soothing any hurts, healing any wounds, reminding you that it is beautiful to just be at whatever stage of unfoldment you're at. The bud and the bloom are the same thing, and so are all the stages in between. Golden light all around you. Feel yourself floating upon a beautiful lotus flower. Allow yourself to open here. Get out of your own way and let go. The goddess Kamala is resplendent like the rising sun and wears a bright moon disk upon her brow. She is adorned with a crown and a necklace of jewels. She smiles upon the process of our unfoldment. She reminds us of the eternal state of becoming that we are all within. She reminds us, do not judge your progress, do not rush your journey, for you are exactly where you need to be. The bud and the bloom are one and the same thing. Just gently start to deepen the breath. Moving your fingers and your toes and slowly taking whatever stretch your body might need. Hugging your knees in towards your chest. When you're ready, roll a little side to side. Lifting your head, rolling gently to one side. Take a few moments. With the goddess Kamala bringing back or ready to bring back anything that may have been relevant for you today, if anything. Even if it is just her sideways smile. And then when you're ready, lovelies, just press to a comfortable seat, bringing the hands to the heart center. The goddess Kamala is resplendent like the rising sun, wearing a bright moon disk upon her brow, adorned with a crown and a necklace of jewels. She smiles upon the process of unfoldment, reminding us of the eternal state of becoming that we are all within. Do not judge your progress, do not rush your journey, for you are exactly where you need to be. The bud and the bloom are one and the same thing. Let's take 3 Oms here to seal the practice, breathing in together. with love and gratitude to Kamala, with love and gratitude to you. Namaste.